Hi beautiful souls, welcome to my channel Elle's Temple. My name is Elle, I'm a goddess guide and intuitive tarot reader. Welcome back to any returning viewers. Thank you so much for being a part of this community. As those of you who have been here for a little while know, I have been away from my channel, my beloved channel, for a couple of months because of ill health. I'm still not quite 100%, but I am on the path to healing. So thank you for those of you who commented on my community post and have continued to support my videos with comments and likes and shares and everything. I really appreciate you so much. Thank you for all your support this year with this little channel that I've birthed and been gradually growing. I really appreciate each and every one of you. So thank you for being here and thank you for all your comments and everything. I've loved still hearing from you. I haven't been on YouTube, on the platform at all, very much at all, but I've been trying to comment back where I could over the last little while I've been healing. But yeah, I'm not sure how many videos I'm going to be up to posting in the near future, but I felt very called to do one for this 12/12 portal and also new moon in Sagittarius coming up on Tuesday the 12th of December. It just felt like time to get back on here and do a reading for you guys for this one. So it is a pick a card reading this time for this particular new moon reading. So I'm hoping to try and do these here on the YouTube platform as pick a card ones going forward, because I've been working with the moon cycles myself quite more and more over the last couple of years, and I've found it so beneficial setting intentions each new moon cycle and working with a particular zodiac sign energy for that new moon. To manifest things, to, set those intentions, work with the cycle of that new moon to kind of, go into a new cycle and all the particular themes that are relevant to that zodiac sign, really consciously and intentionally work with them. And it's really seen so much growth in my own life. So I want to kind of share that with you. I've done a little bit over on Patreon already, but I want to kind of share it here with you guys on YouTube as well. So I'm hoping to continue with that, and also, of course, more goddess readings as well. So I'll keep you posted on my community tab with some news of what I'm hoping to be able to put out there for you guys in the coming months. So I hope you guys have all been well. Comment below how things have been going for you. I know from what I've seen, the little bit I have been on YouTube here and there, I feel like it has been a very intense couple of months. So, Scorpio season, Samhain, Halloween, this time of year, particularly in the Northern Hemisphere as we're going into winter, it can be very intense. It is the darker part of the year. There is often a time of transition as we let go of that, the light part of the year, the light part where we are sort of out in the world and doing things and enjoying that sort of solar energy. And, it can feel like a bit of a sort of a decompress, a bit of a downturn and a bit of a shift as, we go through that Samhain portal, that, shift into the darker part of the year and all of that. So it has certainly been, I feel like a lot of people have been going through a lot. Certainly globally, there's been a lot going on. So today's reading, I felt like kind of coming back and doing a little bit of a lighter, hopefully lighter reading for the Sagittarius new moon. Sagittarius energy is wonderful energy. It's it rules over the ninth house, I should say, in the birth chart. So it is linked with philosophy and wisdom and higher learning and exploration and travel and expansion. Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, so it's all about that kind of expansive energy. It can be quite a lucky energy. It's a fire sign, so it's there's that warmth coming back in after the depths of Scorpio being under the very bottom of the ocean. So we're coming back up and we've got this little burst of fire energy with Sagittarius season. So it's a good time to set those intentions around anything that you want to expand in your life, essentially any kind of learning you might want to do, anything if there's any sort of course or study that you're wanting to delve into, even just, yourself. This doesn't have to be doing it formally through a university, though it can be that. But just, maybe internally you've been feeling like learning about something, expanding your knowledge in some area, expanding your skills in some area, even just personal growth, spiritual growth, healing, all of that kind of thing. It can be related to that as well. So we'll have a look certainly in each pile. I haven't actually pre-pulled your cards for this one, so I'm going to be discovering them with you. So I've got a few different oracle decks. I'll be live shuffling and pulling some cards plus some tarot cards, so we'll have a look together at what is coming through. So to introduce each of the piles, we've got 3 different Celtic goddesses for you to choose from today. If you are drawn to Goddess Amend, who is the goddess of good health, card number 7, you will be pile number 1. If you are drawn to Goddess Anu, the goddess of prosperity, card number 12, you'll be pile number 2. And if you are drawn to Goddess Habitrot, goddess of healing, card number 39, you will be pile number 3. Okay, my love, so pause the video if you need a little bit more time to choose which pile or which goddess is most calling to you, and trust your intuition. If it's calling you to more than one pile, it may be that there are different messages across the piles for you to draw on, and I will see you in your reading. Okay. Hi there, pile number 1. If you chose the Goddess of Good Health with Goddess Amend, this will be your reading on what is the new moon in Sagittarius and 12/12 portal going to be bringing in for you. So I feel like this is such a beautiful, optimistic energy that's coming through. I feel like if you have been going through any kind of health concerns, or just even more generally, maybe you haven't had any sort of specific ill health or anything like that, but just, you're wanting to feel more healthy generally, you're wanting to sort of get on a good good habits going, get into a better cycle, better patterns, better rhythms, maybe improve your sleep or your how you nourish yourself, maybe learn a bit more about cooking. Just as I said in the intro, Sagittarius has a lot to do with learning and wisdom and expanding your knowledge. So maybe learning about your health, learning about holistic health. Maybe some of you are feeling called to do a course or training in some sort of holistic health thing, or something related to health or fitness, or your body or something like that. I'm hearing kind of herbalism. So anything like that, you can take this as a sign that this could be a good season or a good time to kind of start, expanding your knowledge in that area, if this is something that you want to kind of anchor in for yourself. I feel like more generally, if it's not related to like physical health or anything like that, or specifically learning about kind of healing modalities, generally speaking, if you're drawn to this card, this could also speak of just, even like mental health or spiritual health, or just feeling better in yourself, improving your self-esteem, improving your confidence. I see a lot of like sun energy here. It's making me think of the sun card in tarot, which is a lot to do with optimism and almost like, feeling very alive, feeling very connected to your inner child. It's that sort of energy of child, like having that kind of childlike fun in your life again. So this could be a beautiful time, or this portal could allow you to go through that activation of your inner child. And I'm hearing like creative health actually as well. So maybe for some of you, you haven't had the chance, the time, the energy, whatever it is, the means to work on your creativity, or explore your creativity, or something. And so and that is a part of our health. Your creativity is ruled by your sacral chakra. It's one of the 7 main chakras. So, keeping your creativity stimulated, particularly for very creative souls, and particularly if you're a highly sensitive soul, creativity can be a very good balm for the soul, and also a way to, good health, particularly good mental health, certainly. So, maybe doing some creative practices as well, something like I'm hearing like Julia Cameron, I think it was Julia Cameron's The Artist's Way, maybe starting that book, going through that process. There's little exercises in that, even just doing the artist dates, or the morning pages as they're called, which is like the daily stream of consciousness journaling. Maybe starting little habits like this, or a morning meditation, or doing some, for those of you that might be into art, drawing, things like that, doing some, where you're not drawing in order to sort of put something out in a museum or something. You're just getting some crayons or something and just painting for fun and just seeing where it goes and just sort of expressing yourself. It's sort of like a self-expression. Just a form of self-expression for your spiritual health, for your mental health. I feel like this will really help you feel more balanced, perhaps, particularly if you've been going through a time of stress. Having that sort of creative outlet in some way will help you to feel more balanced in your life. But I do see this just beautiful, bright, sunny, optimistic energy coming through for you as a result of going through this portal and working with this new moon in Sagittarius energy. It's going to bring a lot of optimism. It's going to feel tight, like your energy, or like the energy coming towards you is going to feel a lot warmer. So if you felt like you've been going through a difficult time, a dark time, if you felt like things have been cold kind of thing in your life, it's like there's this sunny, warm energy coming towards you. You can see she's like, turning her face towards the sun, and there's just this balm of this rays of warm sun that's just she's basking in. That's like a balm to the soul is kind of what I'm getting through. So let's take a look at the energy. What energy is coming through for pile 1, please, Spirit? What energy is coming through? Whoa, patience. Interesting. Card number 16. Let's get one more. So there might be, with the clock, there's something that you've been waiting to happen. Maybe it could be something related to health. You've been waiting to hear about I can relate to this with my own health journey I've been on. So you might have been waiting to get some test results or something, which it's kind of saying just keep patient, stay patient. Your patience will be rewarded. I feel like if you can sort of distract yourself with doing some good habits or good techniques, doing something creative, doing something that helps your health and fitness sort of thing, that will help take your mind off whatever it is you're kind of waiting to head back about. And then we have the thinking woman here. So there might be I'm just seeing here with the books, and this looks like a bit like a sort of a university background. There might be something that you're being encouraged to learn about or study or something like that. Or it may be that there's a thinking woman. This can refer to like a figure that may come into your life who is like a mentor or someone you can learn a lot from or something like that. So if this is related to health, maybe you're wanting to train in something in the health field. It could be, meeting with a mentor or looking at different courses and seeing, weighing the options and seeing which one might be suitable for you. But there is just something around sort of having patience. Maybe there's, I feel like there's sort of a divine timing thing with this. So maybe if you felt like you haven't got the answer yet, or you haven't been able to, maybe you've been trying to enroll in something and you haven't heard, it's like kind of maybe it's not quite the right time. So just have patience, because it will kind of resolve itself in divine timing. I feel like you will get the answers that you need. So let's have a look at the Destiny deck. Spirit, what other messages are coming through for pile 1? Woo, happiness, beautiful. Yeah, I feel like, as I said, with this optimistic energy that's coming through, and this goddess looks very peaceful and serene and happy in this deck. I feel like, particularly if you have been going through any kind of difficult period or sadness or darkness or a kind of a cold sort of period somewhat in your life, I feel like what you're moving towards as a result of this portal and the new moon in Sagittarius is a lot more personal happiness. So maybe, this could be for some of you related to mental health. Maybe you've been through a period of, feeling a bit down or something like that, or even just having like seasonal, what is it called? It's SAD, seasonal affective disorder. For some reason I can't remember. It's an acronym for, is it seasonal affective disorder, something like that, where when it starts getting dark it can like really affect your mood. So I do feel like you'll be feeling a lot happier in the near future. And we've got action as well. Interesting. Patience and action. It almost feels like a bit like a contradiction, but I feel like what's kind of coming is that you'll know the timing. you'll know when you're called to take action. There will be something to take action on. And I feel like it could potentially be for some of you some sort of course or study or something like that in possibly something related to health. Or you may know what it is. It may not be strictly within the health field. It could be, even doing, sort of a degree in, something completely unrelated, something totally different, or doing some sort of study or some kind of course in something different. Could even be, thinking of philosophy, thinking of Sagittarius themes. It could be related to, philosophy, higher learning, doing like comparative religion or, art history even, or something like that. But I feel like take it as a confirmation that if you've been feeling called to study something, train in something, learn about something, and it hasn't, maybe it hasn't sort of worked out yet. I feel like the time will come when you'll know when to take action on that particular course or on that sort of training, if you like. Okay, let's have a look. And I'm just going to get another couple of oracle cards, then we'll move into the tarot. What are the messages for pile 1 for this 12-12 portal? Woo. Interesting. Rewilding with Grandmother Moon. Rewilding. So yeah, with the thinking woman and rewilding, possibly for some of you this could be even something like learning about something out in the wild, like forest school training or herbalism, or going on foraging walks, learning about how to forage wild plants or wild herbs, or doing like sort of learning wild skills like wild camping or hiking or something along those lines. That's possibility for just some of you. But I feel like more generally speaking, perhaps as part of this health thing, what might be coming through is, or what I feel like is coming through is what will help you to feel more healthy on the whole, more balanced, more optimistic, feel a sense of, sunniness and happiness in your life is getting out into nature. That's kind of mostly what's coming through for most of you. Getting out into the wild, getting out into nature, connecting with the cycles of the moon, going for walks in a forest if you can find one near you, or out in nature somewhere. If not, just making sure you're getting some time where you can ground your energy, you can connect with like the cycles of the moon, or the just being outside the wind, whatever it is, connecting with the elements. Maybe even doing a ritual outside. We've got this figure here with a little candle, so doing some kind of like, particularly we've got the new moon coming up on the 12th, maybe doing some kind of new moon intention setting ritual outside. If you can be outside with, if you're in the northern hemisphere, I know it's freezing cold at the moment. Where I am in the UK, it's absolutely freezing. But maybe if you can find a little pocket where you're sheltered or something, and then take a candle or take a journal and set some intentions for this next cycle. And maybe just making sure that as part of your health regime, as part of keeping balance, you're taking time for yourself to like connect with nature, to get out and about, to like go for a walk or that kind of thing. It could just be saying like making sure that you're getting out in the wild at least like once a week if you can, to help balance your energy. That's kind of part of health as well. Okay, so let's have a look. I'm going to use the Everyday Witch Tarot for you guys. So let's have a little look at, any other messages Tarot might have to say about what might be coming through for my lovely pile ones for this new moon in Sagittarius and 12-12 portal. I didn't actually really mention very much about the 12-12 portal in the intro, but essentially it's as you guys might know, we've got certain portals during the year where there's a lot of intense energy that will come through to the universe around that time, that will come through. You might tend to get a lot of downloads around portal times. It's like the energy over that time is more amplified, so your intuition is heightened, your ability to like receive inspiration or intuition or downloads from somewhere is kind of heightened and amplified. So just watch out for that over that portal. You might start getting some insights into something that maybe you start feeling suddenly compelled to learn about something, or suddenly compelled to start some kind of health practice, or suddenly compelled to get out in nature a lot more. So really just trust your intuition if you're feeling strong compulsions around the portals, because that's usually kind of, high intensity energy coming often from your guides, and we tend to be more able to connect with it through those portal times. So we've got the Ace of Pentacles coming through, beautiful. So a new beginning coming through. I feel like this person is out in nature. It looks a bit like they're sort of living somewhere almost in the countryside. So maybe this is kind of saying there's a new beginning for you that's very stable. That might be like living somewhere out in nature more. Like maybe you're feeling called to have a new beginning in a new place or something. Like move somewhere where you can access nature a lot more easily. Or you're like maybe previously you've been living in a city and you're feeling called to move to the countryside or something like that for some of you. If not that, maybe this is more generally just saying there is a new beginning coming for you, related to something to do with possibly your career, finances, how you earn money, something like that. And it could be related to health, since you picked this pile. It could be related to a new course of study, as I mentioned with the Thinking Woman. So there's something new though that's starting. And it's interesting, I'm just seeing the sun with the rays coming through, very similar to the energy of this card. So there's this very optimistic, very sunny, very bright new beginning that's coming for you. So that is really beautiful. Love to see it. So pile number 1. Oh, beautiful. And Queen of Pentacles. Love to see that. So 2 Pentacles cards. So a lot to do with, your stability, your security, your home, your income, that kind of thing, that you're very focused on. So there's a lot of stability coming in with the Queen of Pentacles. It's like you've reached a certain level of sovereignty with that. You've reached a certain level of maturity and responsibility, and like you're kind of set up for life really with this Queen of Pentacles. It's like you've got to a point where you're very comfortable, put it that way. And that'll be different for all of you. For some of you this might be like comfortable for me is winning like $1 million in the lottery or something. For others it might be like, I just want just enough to like pay my bills and have a little bit left over, and so that I can live somewhere in the countryside or be out in nature. There's a lot of nature here with these 2 figures are both outside, and then we had the rewilding with Grandmother Moon. So maybe for some of you, you just want to like have enough money to build a house, somewhere in the country or something like that possibly. But yeah, just whatever it is, there's something coming that is very stable. I can see this treasure chest here with a lot of money in it. So maybe there's some sort of income that's coming in, or maybe as a result of, your patience is finally going to pay off. And then this course of study you've done or are starting to do is going to lead to some sort of income stream that's very stable, some sort of new beginning. Maybe some of you are taking a new job, something like that. But there's, a lot of beautiful, optimistic, fruitful and abundant energy coming in. And we've got the Star, which is all about hope and healing and things working out for the best, and also destiny as well. This can be related to something written in the stars. So I feel like this stable new beginning that you're having, this beautiful abundance that's coming in, is very destined for you. It's like, it's coming down from heaven. It's like written in the stars, and then this beautiful like goddess figure is like, okay, it's time now. This pile number 1's been patient enough. Now it's time to like send down this stream. And I'm just noticing kind of the similarity of the kind of blues, the sort of pastel blue and purple and green kind of colors that we've got in this. Not so much the green in this card, but the blues and pinks and purples, as in this happiness card. So, I feel like this new beginning, this stability that's coming through is going to, it's very destined, and it's going to lead to a lot of happiness, a lot of like, it's just a very optimistic energy is what I'm getting. So if you have been feeling a bit down in the dumps, or feeling a bit like, what's going on, in whichever aspect, whether it's career, your home, health, just trust that this portal, this new moon in Sagittarius, is going to bring a lot of beautiful, abundant energy. Like I mentioned in the intro, Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, and it's a lot of like luck energy and optimistic energy. So there is a sort of light, a buoyancy and a lightness that's starting to come through now. So I hope that gives you a lot of hope, and all the best with your new moon and Sagittarius portal. And I will see you in the next reading. All my love. Bye. Hi, about 2. If you chose Goddess Anu, the goddess of prosperity, this will be your reading. So straight off the bat, pile 2, beautiful energy to come through for this new moon cycle, and also this 12-12 portal. I feel like prosperity is something that you're very focused on. It's something you're setting intentions around or very conscious about, creating some sort of prosperity for yourself. And I see that might be starting to trickle down or flow down to you. So maybe if that's been something that you've been struggling with or feeling sort of scarcity in the past, I feel like now Anu is coming through, or you're feeling very connected with this archetype, this energy, because this is something that is going to start flowing to you. There's going to be this, like, just as water flows down the waterfall down to the river, it's like there's going to be some sort of income, some sort of stream, some sort of flow of something that's going to be coming as a result of either hard work you've put in, or as a result of your trust, your patience. I can kind of see her with this goddess, she's just sort of standing in the river, looking very serene, like, yep, I know that, I'm going to be prosperous. I know that it's coming to me. So, having that faith, having that conviction that what you've been putting out is going to reap prosperity, is going to be the very trick. It's going to be the very thing that's going to allow it just to absolutely flow to you. And it's your, with the swans here, swans are very serene creatures. They pedal like anything underneath the surface, but we don't really see that, right? We just see them kind of like floating very serenely on the surface of the water. So I feel like, maybe you yourself might be thinking, what? I've not been calm. I've not been serene. I've been like working like my butt off to try and get things to happen, or try and get this to flow. But like everyone's looking at you like, no, pal, too, like you just seem so chill and so calm and so serene, and like that is going to pay off. Like your trust that, like, no, I'm just going to calmly go in this direction. I'm going to trust myself, and there is going to be some sort of flow of abundance, some sort of prosperity that's going to be coming in. This 12-12 portal is going to open that up. So I didn't really mention very much about the portal at the beginning, but essentially these times are, like the 11-11 portal, 12-12 portal. I think I did one for the 8-8 portal back in August, but they're times of increased energy that comes to the earth during that time. So it's often a time when you'll get increased downloads, increased intuition, inspiration. You might feel sudden compulsion to kind of like learn something or travel somewhere, or something like that, sort of expand yourself. Often you'll go through a bit of an intense like an intensifying of any kind of awakening process you've been going through. Any kind of soul gifts that you have might start waking up. Just sort of cosmic, it's like cosmic energy essentially that amplifies over that time in a good way, so let's have a look at pile 2. What energy is this 12-12 portal and new moon? Wow, I love it. 3rd chakra, Archangel Chamuel, beautiful solar plexus energy. Yeah, so definitely I feel like you guys have been shining your light. You've been working on your solar plexus, or this is an area that might be really amplified through this 12-12 portal, where you might just start to find that you might have some digestive things going on. You may have some interesting sort of flutterings or sort of activations happening in your solar plexus, because like I said, it's a time when if you're connected somewhat to your guides, you might just start getting a lot of like information, a lot of like activations, that kind of thing. Or it may be that you feel very called to heal your solar plexus chakra, to really work on your solar plexus chakra. If you haven't really done enough already, it's kind of like a potent time, a potent portal where any healing you do on any particular chakra will be really rewarded and really amplified. So, if you feel like prosperity has been something that has been hard coming, and you maybe struggle to shine your light or put yourself out there, or because the solar plexus is all about confidence and self-esteem, and having the courage to shine your light, and sort of go after your goals and all of that kind of thing. So if you struggle with that area, it could very much be saying, to work on healing that. And Archangel Chamuel is coming through to support you with that. But if you have been working on that kind of thing already, it might just be saying that, this is a time when the work that you've been doing will start to pay off. Any healing you have been doing on your third chakra will pay off, and you'll start to see prosperity coming through as a result of your efforts. And we have, oh my goodness, I love this. Door to value. Exactly. This is so perfect. Oh my gosh, that goes so well. That is such a good synchronicity with Goddess of Prosperity. And I said about the abundance starting to flow down. So I feel like doors, if you felt like they've been shut before, and it's like, why is everything I'm putting out there, it's not I'm not seeing value coming back to me. I feel like those doors are opening, and you can see this like golden land through the doors, and there's all this money coming through. So I feel like, any kind of work you've been doing on self-esteem, self-worth, self-confidence, solar plexus is going to lead to more value, more money coming to you. So if this is something you'll know for each of you, it'll be different for all of you. Some of you might be like, oh no, I haven't done anything related to that, and I am struggling with self-value or under-earning or something like that. So this could be saying, okay, right, you've got it through this portal. Do the work on your third chakra, because during the portal it'll be really amplified. It'll heighten any healing work that you've done. So it's a really powerful time to do that. If you feel like, no, I'm good, I've been doing my work on that, I've been doing my spiritual work, I do healing all the time, I've been really, really focused on my solar plexus, then trust that through this portal, you'll start to see some shifts. The work that you have been doing will lead to value. And also we've got appreciation here. So I feel like this is working on your self-esteem, working on, feeling a sense of inner appreciation for yourself. The more you love yourself and feel worthy, the more appreciation you'll see from the outside coming in. Because, as we know, as above, so below, or as within, so without. So how you're feeling about yourself, the stories you tell yourself about yourself, and how much you appreciate yourself is exactly how you're going to be appreciated by other people. So let's have a look at Sacred Destiny. So what is coming through for Pile 2 as a result of this new moon? What's coming through for Pile 2? Whoa, okay. We've got a lot of stillness. Oh my gosh, look at the swans. You guys, swans, it might pay to look up swans as a totem animal, or swan symbolism. Swans, the spiritual message of swans. But essentially what I'm getting is just, your serenity will be rewarded. The stillness, the calmness, the grace with which you've gone about, your healing, and learning to appreciate yourself, working on your self-esteem, working on, it's almost like becoming regal. Swans are very regal birds. And, this person here also looks a bit like a queen or a princess or something in a field, So I feel like kind of really seeing yourself as, no, it's not to say put yourself above other people or anything. It's not to say start being I'm better than everyone else. No, it's kind of just saying, I'm as good as other people who are also good. I'm there, I value myself. I appreciate myself. I appreciate the work I put into my, whatever it is, your work, your business, your projects, and just, embracing that stillness and serenity. I feel like it's not necessarily needing to kind of hustle and go out there and do the grind and work, crazy sort of 80-hour weeks in order to try and get value, extract value from others. It's no, you don't. I feel like Goddess Anu is saying you don't need to do that. That doesn't guarantee, that you'll get income through working harder or pushing yourself in that way. Sometimes just it's an inner job. It's through stillness and valuing yourself and learning to appreciate yourself and your time and your work, and how much you really value your own energy and your own work. That will be what leads to value. And then we have next truth. Beautiful. So there's something around coming into your inner truth, standing in your truth in some way that's going to lead to value, it's going to lead to prosperity. And lastly, we have change. Interesting. So there might be something that's changing here, possibly. I'm just going to move all these up. Very, very interesting. Yeah, there might be some change in how you work and how you earn, and where you get your money from, where you like how you value yourself, or how much you value yourself. Maybe for some of you, you might start to increase your charges or something, or you might even go to your boss and demand a pay rise, or or put forth why your company should value you more and why you should be given a pay rise. You might start to see how much you are being appreciated, and how much, say, your customers appreciate you or something. So you might go to whatever it is, the director or something, and say, actually, I'm bringing in a lot of business, or whatever it might be. Or if it's your own business, it's kind of like you might start to see a change in how much others are appreciating you, or something like that. But I feel like it's a result of the work that you've done on your solar plexus, coming into your truth. Standing in your truth, standing in your authentic truth, being your authentic self is going to be what's going to lead to, is what's going to be like the key to open the door to your value. Let's have a look at the Wild Woman Oracle. What other messages you have for pile 2? Ooh, we've got 2. Interesting. We have the Call of the Siren with sexuality, which this card is a lot to do with like the working on the sacral chakra, which is interesting because the sacral chakra, as well as the third chakra, kind of also covers your self-worth as well. It can be to do with like the flow, the energy in the sacral chakra, if it's blocked, can sometimes block the flow of money. And we've got like water energy here, as well as with Anu, we've got this, flow of water. So possibly doing some sacral chakra healing could be called for. It can also help you tap into that like inner magnetism, that energy of like being like the siren. Like I feel like this is one of the things that's going to help you sort of value yourself and help you be more appreciated, whether it's within a business, within your work, whatever it might be, just within yourself. There's something around like having that very alluring energy, that magnetic energy that doesn't need to kind of go out and hustle and grind and push and strive. It's like, the mermaids don't go out to their, to the ships or anything. They just sit on, calmly on the rocks, looking the way they do, singing their song, and people come to them because, they're alluring. They're the siren, So there's something kind of around maybe like, maybe for some of you, if you've started your own business or you've got your own products or services you put out there in some way, there's something around you kind of working on maybe your sacral chakra and your solar plexus during this time might help you to have that more magnetic energy where you just magnetically attract people, you magnetically attract value, you magnetically attract appreciation, you magnetically attract customers or support or whatever it might be that you're looking for, an audience or whatever it is. There's something around sort of, creating a sort of a magnetism from within. And, this is also, like I said, it relates to the stillness in the sense that, like, the mermaid doesn't go out looking for something. She just is there, and she sings a song. So it's almost like, you don't need to kind of run around and kind of try and get value. It's like you can just be who you are, be in this stillness and just radiate a kind of magnetic energy, still obviously, put your marketing out there or whatever, but just through your words, through your song, you put something out, and then people are like, hey, this person's got a tune I want to listen to, what have they got going on? And then we've got voice of the outcast and advocacy. So voice, something around voice, because we've got like the call of the siren, and the siren is all about the one who sings that alluring song. And then we've got voice of the outcast. So something around kind of how you like being a voice for others, maybe how you market yourself, how you use your voice, is kind of being highlighted as a result of this 12-12 portal. It's going to be something that might come up for you. So this could be this could be calling you really to be a voice for others in some way, whether it's necessarily like outcast. That might be for some of you. You might be very much called to be some sort of advocate, you know, maybe go into yeah, I don't know, maybe working with a charity or a cause or something, or speaking up for people who are you know, not in a position to be able to do so themselves, you know, using your skills in a way to help others. That could be something that could lead to value for you in some way. For others of you, this just might be more like being a voice. I'm hearing like a voice of reason. That's interesting. So maybe you work in an environment or something where like other people aren't being very reasonable, and so maybe you're being called to, like, you know, use your voice, be this sort of, you know, the call of the siren. Like, you've got to get out there and, you know, use your own voice to kind of help persuade people towards being more reasonable, towards like understanding your truth, your point of view, something like that. Which is, yeah, it's kind of interesting. Obviously this is a general reading, so you know, it'll be different for all of you how that kind of plays out. But let's have a look at the tarot and see if we can get some more messages about all of this, what might be coming through. Yeah, I'm also seeing with the change, what I often think of with this change card, the horse being, it's like a horse from a, you know, one of those like merry-go-round things in a fairground, but here it's moving because a hot air balloon has picked it up and moved it, which it normally would be attached to, you know, something on a merry-go-round. So maybe there's something around, like, you could be being called to move in some way, like possibly move house, move city, move jobs, but like not be stuck in something. Maybe there's something around like where you've been stuck before hasn't led to much prosperity or value, but by moving, by changing your job or where you live or something like that, might allow more prosperity to come through, or more business or more abundance or something like that. It's like maybe there's been something around being stuck with that fairground horse, and now it's like spirit's like this hot air balloon just being like, whoop, no you don't, we're going to move you over here. So be prepared for maybe during this 12/12 portal, or, you know, it might happen around this time or even in the new year or something, where you might suddenly be like, wow, I need a change, I've got to move, I've got to leave this company, or I've got to do my own thing, or I'm going to go off in this direction. Or like you just feel, yeah, I kind of feel like it could happen quite quickly. It's almost like you're just being sort of plucked. You know, this could even look like, you know, your boss or something comes to you and is like, hey, we're moving you to the, I don't know, whatever, the London office or the New York office or something like that. And so, you know, be prepared for maybe there's like a sudden change in your circumstances in some way. Let's have a look at the tarot to see if we can get a bit more of an idea what's coming through for this 12/12 portal and new moon in Sagittarius with pile 2, please, Spirit. What's coming through? Ooh, interesting. 5 of Cups in reverse. So there's something, yeah, this could be walking away from something that you've invested in that's not panned out. It's been a bit emotionally disappointing. But there's 2 cups that are waiting for you. So I feel like this could be related to this change where there's needing to leave something behind because there's something better. You know, the 5 of Cups always talks about like there's always something better around the corner if you can stop looking at what's gone wrong or what was disappointing about this old situation. You would see that there's something so much better that's waiting for you, which could be why maybe Spirit's going to like kind of pluck you from something, because it's like if you're still kind of looking back at something that wasn't working, you may not be seeing that there's so much fulfillment to be had in something new. So it's like it's going to happen quite quickly where you'll be like, whoop, kind of taken over to where this 2 of Cups situation is, this situation that's going to be so much more fulfilling. And we've got 8 of Swords as well. So yeah, I do feel like for many of you, there could definitely be some like limiting beliefs going on. So some, again, it's calling me to the solar plexus chakra healing, because, you know, these negative beliefs that are kind of keeping you stuck, keeping you down, could be related to self-esteem, self-confidence, self-worth. So yeah, again, sacral chakra, solar plexus chakra. So there's so many chakra meditations and frequencies on YouTube. You can even just like play one of them overnight or something. Or I believe there's also like solfeggio frequencies. You can look those up, and they can be related to like certain things to do with like truth and inner truth and self-expression and healing your confidence and things like that. So have a look and find one that resonates with you. And if you do it over this time, it will really that one? Yeah, I feel like that one was meant to come out. If you do it over this time, it will, like I said, it'll be really amplified. And then finally, we've got Ace of Cups. Oh my gosh, I love this. New beginning coming through for you, and something that is so much more emotionally fulfilling. Yeah, so I feel like there is a change that, because if you've got a new beginning, it's like there's something that you've had to leave behind before you start this new cycle. But this new cycle is going to bring you so much fulfillment, so much happiness. It's like your cup is just like floweth over, I feel like. Let's finish up with some affirmations cards. An affirmation card for I bring peace with me wherever I go. Yeah, that's that sort of serene energy that I kind of picked up. We've got sun and the moon here, so something around sort of finding that balance between like that kind of solar energy and that masculine energy, or that sort of shining your light energy, and then that sort of yin, rest, recuperate, recovery. So that's kind of key to peace, is finding that balance between kind of those two aspects, your masculine and feminine aspects. And one more, please, Spirit. Another message for part 2. Ooh. Ah, beautiful. Oh, both of these? Okay. It's safe to ask for help. People want to support me. Beautiful. Yeah, so maybe for some of you, you've been really sort of going hard, like really trying to push things, trying to do it all on your own, trying to take all the responsibility and all the pressure and everything like that. And it's kind of led to sort of feeling very burdened in some way. So yeah, it's kind of coming through saying it's safe to ask for help. People do want to support you. You can ask other people for help. And instead of taking on the fear of others, I reflect love. Beautiful. So yeah, there might have been, with this Eight of Swords here, some of these limiting beliefs and fears around shining your light and putting your work out there might have come from like conditioning and projected fear, taking on fears, taking on projected other people's lack of confidence in them and their selves. You've taken that on to mean something about yourself, and it's kind of keeping you stuck and down. So yeah, making sure that you're analyzing your limiting beliefs, you're doing that work to work out, where you can improve your self-worth, improve your self-value is really important. So that is all the messages I have for you today, my loves. I hope that resonated for you. Leave a comment below if it did. I would love, love, love to hear from you. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the reading, and the subscribe button if you're not already part of the community. All the best with this new moon portal, and I will see you in the next reading. All my love. Bye. Hi there, pile number 3. If you chose the Goddess Habitat with Goddess of Healing, this will be your messages about what the new moon portal in Sagittarius, this 12/12, is bringing you. So, Goddess of Healing. So I feel like what's coming through, what I'm getting with this whole weaving thing is related to like spinning fate or spinning destiny. So I feel like there's going to be something coming through where there's some sort of it's almost like I'm getting like the Wheel of Fortune card in tarot, for those of you that know tarot. So it's kind of like, there's some sort of change. It's like a change in circumstances, a change in fortune, a change in destiny. Like if there's been something not working out, it's like things are going to turn, the wheel is going to turn, the spinning wheel is going to turn, and then something's going to work out in your favor in some ways, kind of what I'm getting, which is a lot to do with the the message from this particular goddess. It's like there's some sort of improvement, there's some sort of restoration, there's something like a rebirth, or like a complete sort of turnaround, and complete kind of changing, something significant changing for the better, something working out, or some sort of a just like kind of change in circumstances and whatever that might be. So, you know, it could be related to your spiritual healing, or healing, you know, your body, or something in particular you've been trying to heal, something you've been working on. But I feel like it's just kind of more generally in your life, like there's some sort of a change in circumstances for the better. Like it's like your fate is changing. It's kind of like, it's like a change in season kind of thing. It's like if you've been going through sort of a winter period, or like a dark night of the soul, it's like there's going to be this shift, this turning, where you're going to shift into this period of spring, or period of summer, where there's just going to be, things are going to start working out, is kind of what I'm getting. So there's going to be some sort of a, like, you're going to feel more in control of your circumstances, more in control of whatever's going on. It's not going to feel like things are just randomly happening to you. It's like things are starting to work out in your favor, is kind of what I'm getting. So let's have a look at the energy. What energy is coming through for path 3, please, Spirit, for this 12-12 portal? What energy is coming through for path 3? Woo! Oh my goodness, exactly, the sun, perfect. Yes, this is like beautiful energy. It's card number 1, so it's like a new beginning. What was I saying? And like going from sort of a winter period to like sun, like spring, summer, it's like the sun is coming out again in your life. So if you've been going through some difficulties, if you've been going through some setbacks, if you've been feeling like fate hasn't been kind of like working out for you in some way, it's like suddenly the sun is going to come out, and whatever the sun shines on, right, grows, you know. So anything you've been trying to do, I'm kind of seeing a lot of like creative projects here, like a lot of creative fertility. There's paintbrushes, there's a book, there's a little trumpet here, there's a baby over here. So maybe some of you have been trying to get pregnant and it hasn't been happening, and now it's like maybe this is a sign that like suddenly things will shift, and it's just divine timing, and you're going through a much more fertile time or something. But more generally, I feel like it's kind of like a creatively fertile time, or just like things are going to start to flow in your life a lot more. You know, we see this figure in this big cup. Things are going to feel a lot more fulfilling. The sun is going to come out and just make things feel so much better. You know how it feels after a long winter, particularly if you live in England like I do. It's so cold and so dark through winter, and like the beginning of spring just drags on, and when the sun finally comes out, everyone just goes crazy, and they go out to the parks in London and just take off all their clothes, and well, not all their clothes, but you know, and it's such a difference. Like the whole city comes alive, and people just feel, you know, the vibe is different, you know, all over England, and probably everywhere, but particularly here where we don't have a lot of sun. The sun just makes a big difference, is what I'm trying to say. And you will feel that in your life. It's like if you've been feeling like you've been through this long winter period, it's like that's healing, you know, that period is coming to an end. There's a shift, there's a turn, and the sun is going to come out, and things are going to feel a lot better. So also if you are a creative and you've been working on something, maybe for some of you, you haven't felt very motivated before to like finish a book or work on your painting or your art projects or your music or something. You haven't felt that inspiration, you know, you haven't felt very inspired or very motivated or very much energy. You felt very like stagnant or something. It's like that's going to start to flow for you, and you're going to start to find that you can just work on, you know, you've just got all this energy, all this inspiration. You can just start working on your projects. And then we have Magician and the Mirror. Oh my goodness, I love this for you. This is like you've got the power. That's what I'm hearing. Like that what's that movie with, oh my gosh, I can't think what it's called, but it's like he pretends to be God, or he thinks, yeah, he like, I can't remember. Anyway, you might know what it is. I think it came out ages ago, but anyway, it's like I'm just hearing that I've got the power, and that's you. You're gonna feel like fate is, or destiny, or you know, whatever it is spinning in some sort of way that suddenly you're like, oh my gosh, actually I have the power. Like what I'm thinking or what I'm wanting to create, I can manifest it. Like it's like you've got control over all the elements to create magic in your life, to create synchronicities, to create what it is that you want to create. So I'm loving that for you, pile number 3. This is such exciting energy. You'll have to comment below if you feel comfortable sharing what it is, or come back at the time that this comes through and you start feeling more inspired, what it is that you are creating. So what is coming through for pile 3? Wow. Leadership. Whoa. Okay. Maybe some of you are going to go through a period of time where you have the power to step into leadership, a leadership role in some way, and this doesn't have to be like, I mean, it can be being like a leader of a Fortune 500 company or something really massive, or some sort of global leader. It could be being a thought leader. It could be being a leader in your community, a leader in your family, just leading from example, leading a fellowship in some sort of spiritual community, or something like that, or leading within your school, or taking the lead on a project. It could look like all different things, but it'll be different for all of you because it's a general reading. But I feel like you're coming into, essentially what I'm getting is like you're coming into your power. Like this 12-12 portal is pretty big for you, pile 3. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty big, it's pretty intense. I feel like you're gonna get a lot of kind of downloads as well, like a lot of cosmic energy coming through. You can see this sort of light on the top of his head, so you might be having like your crown chakra might awaken even more, so you might get a lot of cosmic information or inspiration through, and I feel like you might start to really see where you're being called to lead on something. So some of you may be already stepping into this, or you may already know what this is. This could even be a higher level job at the company you work for or something like that. It's like, yeah, no, I already know what that is. I'm already like trying to, applying to be the manager, or applying to be the CEO, or, whatever it is. Applying to, to be some kind of, in some sort of higher position or something. For others of you, this might be, creating your own company, like leading your own business or something. So yeah, it'll be different for all of you. So any other, woo, and delight. Oh my gosh, love this. This is amazing energy that's coming through. I feel like this is kind of linked with the sun energy, where you're just going to feel so like you're going to feel so much joy. I feel like just joy for the sake of joy, like not even because of anything. It's just, you're just going to feel so much happier. There's just, with these daffodils here, I'm seeing this spring energy. So even though if you're in the northern hemisphere, we're actually about to go into winter, but it's kind of like, even though on the outside it might be going into winter, internally you've maybe already gone through such a long period of sort of autumn, winter in your own life, that actually through this 12-12 portal, you're going to feel like it's sort of spring or summer in your life, because, or internally at least, you're going to be so happy. You're going to see delight in things. You're going to have so much more joy. You're going to feel more inspiration. You're going to feel more control, more powerful, more like you know where you're going, and you know who you are, and you know what you have to offer, and you're just like, yep, cool, I'm here, this is me, like, whoops, sorry about the camera and my enthusiasm, like, this is me, like, it's kind of almost like I'm ready, like, it's like you're ready to kind of show up, and like ready to bring your best self, and ready to like lead, and ready to like offer your gifts. And yeah, it's like really strong energy. My goodness, what is coming through for pile 3? This Artemis, she of the wild, mercy. Interesting. The typical message about this card is kind of all to do with like having mercy, because Artemis was really persecuted when she was younger, and then she kind of leaves and forgives those who persecuted her, and then works to kind of support women and children and the vulnerable and animals and things like that. But that might be the case, that there might be something in that kind of story that might relate to, the work you're doing. Maybe part of, leadership could be stepping into some sort of role where you're protecting others. You're using your skills, you're using your gifts of leadership to be in a position of power to protect those who are more vulnerable. But what I'm kind of getting more is like Artemis energy, in terms of like, it's that almost Sagittarius energy where she's the archer. It's kind of like setting a goal setting an intention, setting your sights on something, you know, and then pulling the arrow back and like, boom, just like going after, you know, what it is that you want to go towards. That's kind of what I'm getting through from this particular card, what's coming through. And like with the eagle, you know, eagles are symbolic of ascension and symbolic of like having it's kind of like that energy of being, well, yeah, it's leadership energy, because it's like the key, almost like sort of king of the birds, or like they have this sort of bird's eye view. They're you know, very kind of like powerful birds, you know, birds of prey. So there's something around sort of like you ascending or you coming into your power. You might want to look up like eagle totem animals to get a bit more information about that, or like eagle as a, you know, if you see an eagle, what does it mean as a sign or something, because there might be something around eagles for you. Eagles might be kind of wanting to work with you, like the eagle as a spirit animal, as a totem animal, might be wanting to work with you. What else is coming through? That one seemed to want to jump. January's rebirth. Oh my goodness. Did I say? I'm pretty sure I said rebirth. I think I did say rebirth. Yeah. With Habitual, goddess of healing, restoration, and rebirth. She's a goddess of rebirth. And we've got January's rebirth. Yeah. So I feel like January, I feel like this could happen quite soon, because the 12-12 portal, you know, sometimes it's like it'll take some time for the activations to come through. It'll take some time for the inspiration, or for the, you know, any kind of guidance or like, yeah, activations, energy that's supposed to come through. It might take a little bit of time for that to come through and integrate, but then by January, you're just going to go through this huge rebirth and like kind of upgrade, and like it's going to change your destiny. It's going to change your circumstances in a big way, I feel like, and what you kind of are going after. So let's have a look at the tarot. I've already pre-shuffled this deck, so let's just get straight in. It's some tarot messages. What is coming through? Five of Cups coming out in reverse. Interesting. Yeah, I feel like you're maybe previously you've been in this time where there's been something you've invested in that hasn't worked out, or been quite emotionally disappointing or draining or something like that, or you haven't seen the results that you wanted. But I feel like with it coming out in reverse, it's like you're leaving behind that disappointing energy. You're leaving behind feeling flat about that or feeling down about that, and you're starting to refocus on the Two of Cups. That you're starting to see the sun coming out and see your power and see the strength that you have to like change your circumstances in some way. You are going to go through this rebirth. Whoops, that came out in reverse. Yeah, very interesting. So what else is coming through for this 12-12 portal for part 3? I think that one wants to come out. Five of Wands, but I feel like that's also in reverse. You're getting a lot of reverse cards. And 2 5s, which is change. So there's something around change. Interesting. Yeah. So five of Wands is, you know, can be like conflict. It can be related to conflict with others. It can be conflict within yourself. So maybe there's like different aspects of your own self that have been at war with each other, at conflict with each other, or there's been like a tension between different aspects of yourself or something. Or just coming up against like resistance from others. Maybe particularly, you know, this can often happen, right? When you're going on this spiritual journey and you're starting to step into your power and you're starting to feel called into some sort of leadership position or to lead people in some way. Even if it's not spiritual, even if it's just to be honest, if you're just stepping into a leadership position, even in like a corporate company, you know, that can bring up, you know, jealousies, insecurities, resistance from others, and people can start like pushing back, like, oh, well, why did they get in that position, or like, or like, what quality? How come you're doing that? Like, you're not qualified to do that, you know, all that, just, you know, lots of stuff. So you might have been dealing with conflict from others or pushback or resistance or something, and it could have been related to this leadership sort of calling that you're being called to do. Or if it's not that, if you haven't sort of seen that on the outside, then maybe just internally you've just been kind of feeling feeling conflicted within, maybe feeling conflicted around what you want to do, what you want to put your energy into. Maybe some things that you've previously invested your energy into haven't worked out. So then you've been like, oh, I don't really know what to focus on now. I don't really have any energy to put into anything else. I feel really disappointed about how these things have worked out, like kind of thing. And feeling a sort of sense of internal defeat is what I'm hearing. So yeah, there might have been quite a difficult time, some setbacks and things like that. But I feel like January is going to turn things around. There is going to be this rebirth. You are going to see why some of these things happened. And I feel like, especially if it was coming from other people, a lot of it is kind of par of the course with stepping into your power and stepping into your leadership. So what else is coming through as part of this rebirth for pile 3? Whoa, yes, the Hierophant. Interesting, but that also came out in reverse. Yeah, I feel like this is you. This is linked with this leadership thing. It's like you're being called to kind of really step up and like be, with this peacock energy here. It's like, you're the bomb. Like, you're the queen, you're the bomb, you're this peacock. You've got to be out there. You've got to be leading people. You've got to be in front of people. You've got to be putting yourself out there in some way. And we've got a 5, the number 5 again. So 5, 5, 5. You've got 3 5s, 555. You might want to look up. I can't remember exactly what the angel number 555 means, but 5 generally is to do with change. So yeah, I feel like, the Hierophant is about like institutions, and it can be related to like formal learning and authority. I feel like what I'm kind of getting is like an internal conflict around seeing yourself as a leader or as an authority on anything. It's like, what is that thing? Oh my gosh, what is it called when you have imposter syndrome? That's what I'm getting through, is there might be some imposter syndrome going on where you're like, you're kind of like, who am I to step into my power? Who am I to be a leader? Who am I to lead other people, whether it's spiritually, whether it's in your workplace, whether it's in a business, whatever it might be. It's like you don't feel, it's like you don't feel qualified, maybe. I'm trying to tune in to kind of see if I can get the right word for it. It's not quite worthy. That's not quite it. That was kind of more, I think it was pile 1 or pile 2 had some self-worth things. I'm not really getting that for you. I mean, that might be something that like is part of this rebirth into, coming out under the Magician in the mirror. It's like you're going to see your power. I'm kind of getting like it's going to happen whether you like it or not, almost like you're going to go through this rebirth and you're going to see your power, and you're going to see how capable you are to lead people in some capacity and be this teacher, be this, leader, this authority on something in some way. They want me to read the book. Hold on. I don't know what I've done with it. One sec. I think it's over here. Here we go. Whoops. Okay, the Hierophant, card 5. Okay, the Hierophant card speaks of law, order, and social relations, just like the goddess Hera, who is the archetype of marriage and relational order. Hera is a jealous goddess who becomes destructive when faced with infidelity, and in the card we also find a seed of crisis. The number 5 is the number of instability following the stability of number 4. The relationship with the other, human or divine, bears a crisis that can be overcome only through faith. This recalls the works of Zaha Hadid, who challenged the rules of architecture with her innovative creations, maintaining a balance between vision and stability, determination and faith. Zaha Hadid challenges the architectural conventions, placing them in crisis while also putting them back together, bringing form and structure to her ideas. And the messages are, what do you truly believe in? What are the messages that you don't want to listen to right now because they could lead to a crisis? How can you reclaim your faith after a difficult moment? Interesting. Yeah, this could be sort of linked with like the 5 of Wands and the 5 of Cups. It's like this 5 of Wands sort of you know, this could be a crisis point, some sort of a test, some sort of a conflict, something where something's been put into tension in order to like create more order in your life, in order for you to see yourself and ground in your like power and your leadership kind of thing. Interesting. I feel like maybe getting one more. Okay. One more card, please, Spirit, for pile 3. One more card. Woo! Ah, the moon. Beautiful. Well, this is a new moon reading, so maybe setting some intentions around the new moon. Interesting. This card is actually depicting sorry, not Aphrodite. This card is depicting Artemis. So you've got Artemis twice. So she could be a good goddess to learn about. Her energy, being connected with the moon in some way. We've got she's got a tattoo with fierce on here. So there's something around like, yeah, you finding your strength. I'm seeing the snake as well, which is also symbolic of rebirth. So you've got a double message about rebirth and a double message about Artemis, and 2 bears as well. You might want to look up, bears are related to leadership actually, and you've got a polar bear on here. You've got 3 bears in your card, so you might want to look up bears as well, as like a totem animal or something, because I feel like that's coming through really strongly. Bears are about protection. They're very protective of their young, so I feel like there's something around you being protected as you step into this leadership position, as you step into this, I'm just seeing rule here, as you become someone who sets the rules, who creates the rules, who writes the rules. But there could just be something around really going within and tuning into your emotional self and your inner self with the moon. It's interesting, you've got both the sun and the moon. You've got both sort of masculine energy and sort of external, expansive energy, as well as yin energy, feminine energy, internal energy. So there's something around maybe finding that balance there as well. Let's finish up with, whoopsie, I just knocked all the cards everywhere, with an affirmation card. Final affirmation card for pile 3. All that I need is coming to me in ways I could never have imagined. Beautiful. I love this. And we've got like a crescent moon here. So maybe this new moon is really going to be quite powerful for you. It's going to bring in a lot of resources, or a lot of strength, or a lot of courage, or a lot of inspiration for those of you that, especially if you're creative. There's going to, or just the tools you need, the training you need, the support you need. What else is coming through for part 3? And I welcome healthy, loving relationships. Interesting. So maybe for some of you, this is something you've been trying to call in, because I did speak about with the Hera card. The guidebook spoke about the sort of the whole relationship with Hera and Zeus, and the kind of the jealousy thing. So maybe that's been something that like was emotionally disappointing, where you invested in some kind of relationship. You know, that may not have been like a romantic one. It could have been friends, or it could have been colleagues, or it could have been, you know, client relations, or relationships with people at work or something, and they might not have been very healthy, or there might have been a lot of like conflict with that 5 of Wands there, like a lot of pushback or something, or people like, yeah, having issue because you're starting to like step into your power, you're starting to step into leadership in some way. So yeah, there's something around welcoming healthy, loving relationships, because those who are really meant to be in your life, and who are true friends, will really support you when you do come into your power, and when you do, you know, step into your leadership. So yeah, I feel like this is quite a powerful time for you, pile 3. There's going to be quite a rebirth that you're going through quite a healing. So all the best with that journey. That's all the messages that I have for you today. Leave a comment below if it resonated. I would really love to hear from you. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the reading. It helps my channel to grow. Hit the subscribe button if you are not already part of the community. I would love to have you here. All the best with this new moon, and I will see you in the next reading. All my love. Bye.